Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my new video. I'm going to be talking about Shang-Chi again today. I promise this is going to be the last video of Shang-Chi, but this is quite important. And after this, I'll go back to my politics again, which I, obviously enjoy. So the reason I want to talk about Shang-Chi is because this guy, I don't know what's wrong with these guys who are born in other countries, these Chinese who are not happy with the Chinese culture, their heritage, their roots. And so this guy describes China as a third world country where people starve. So what the hell is this guy on about? Seriously. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with these Chinese that are born abroad. I mean, they're proper coconuts. Who do they think they are? Do they think they're like white people or something? This guy, seriously, I just can't believe it. I mean, it's not just him we're talking about. We're also talking about this lady as well, Chloe Zhao, talking crap about China. Then you got this weirdo as well, Vicky Wu. You got all these Mr. Chang that's making up crap about China as well. So you got a lot of these so-called Chinese who are basically being traitors and completely disavowing their roots, their heritage, where they've come from. And it's quite sad to see, to be honest, because, you would expect some of these Chinese to have, proud roots and proud heritage and be proud of where they've come from. And yes, China at one point was a third world country, long time ago, where people were starving and yeah, it's true, but it's not like that anymore. So I don't know what this guy is on, what kind of world this guy's living in. And this is bad going forward, guys, for Marvel, because this is already spread out all the way to China. So it's bad news for Marvel because this guy is part of the Phase 4 now. So he's going to be he's going to be in the new Avengers movies and all these other Captain Marvel movies. Is going to be in, showing his face in lots of other, Marvel movies, basically, because he's part of the Phase 4 heroes. So that would mean all of his film that he's in just going to be banned in China. They're just not going to be shown. And China's not going to take any crap from this guy. So I don't know where they get these actors from. Obviously, they get them from these stupid stock images that I showed you last week. And this is bad news for Marvel because they're not going to show any films that he's in. And he's going to be in a lot of, Marvel Avengers movies going forward because he's part of the Phase 4. He's one of the new characters for the Phase 4. So they're going to lose a lot of money. So let's look at Shang-Chi, shall we? Let's look at the box office. So a lot of people are telling me that Shang-Chi is doing amazing at the box office, is breaking records and things like that. But when you go to Box Office Mojo, it's only made 258 million. So compare that to the Avengers movies, guys. I mean, look at these Avengers movies that came out. And look at the numbers for the Avengers movies. 1.5 billion, 1.4 billion, 2 billion for Infinity War, 2.8 billion for Endgame. You can see here. And compare that to measly 258 million. So do you really think this is a success? This is actually one of the lowest rated Marvel movies that has ever made money in the box office. It's actually the fourth lowest or the third lowest. It's made less money than Black Widow. And it's coming up to its third week. And you can see each week the numbers are going down and down. And Monday you can see there's been a big drop off of minus 74%. And it's not going to make much more than this. It's probably going to reach up to 300, maybe 320. If you're lucky, 350. But it definitely won't go more than 350. And if you think about it, guys, the film costs 150 million to make. The marketing costs another 150 million, say another 200 million, because when I was going out, I saw this film all over the buses, underground, TV. It was on all these famous people's Instagrams, like Chris Hemsworth was was advertising his social media. So much social media, so much marketing has gone into this film. I would probably say at least 150 million to 200 million. So when you think about it, guys, this film has not made much of a profit at all. I mean, if it does make a profit, it's a very small profit. And with the amount of work that goes into making a film, do you think that small profit is going to make any, they're going to be happy with it? No, because it's Marvel, it's Disney. Disney is a conveyor belt for making films, and they need to see huge profits, like a billion. Even Captain Marvel made a billion. So they're looking for Captain Marvel figures, and this film has only made a quarter of what Captain Marvel has made. And even Captain Marvel was a crap film. I don't know if anyone has seen it, but that's one of the worst Marvel films I've ever seen in my life. And Shang-Chi is not any better, to be honest. I think Captain Marvel and Shang-Chi are probably the worst films they've ever made. But a lot of people like it. A lot of white people like it, I guess. But I certainly don't like it. My reviews in my other video, if you want to kind of look at that. So yeah, I don't think it has been successful. It's a really crap movie. Going forward, his films are not going to be shown anywhere in China. If he comes on as a cameo in any of the Avengers films, they're not going to be shown in China. So Marvel and Disney is going to lose out big time because of what this guy said. So I want to compare you guys with this young lady here. This young lady. Her name is Emma, and Emma Raducanu. Her father is Romanian, but her mother is Chinese. And this young lady is not afraid to talk about her Chinese roots. I mean, look at this message here.
大家好，我想说谢谢。我希望你喜欢看我的网球，我现在特别开心。但是我们赢了，姐姐我爱你。
She speaks perfect Mandarin, and you can see, she's talking about her Chinese heritage, and she's proud to be Chinese. Even though she's half Chinese, she's, she doesn't forget about her Chinese root. She's talking Chinese. She picks up her Chinese mother. You can see mother's Chinese heritage gave me the self-belief. So why can't all these other Chinese that are abroad, why can't all they be like that? She's showing everybody off. Seriously. This is how a real role model should be like. You're not afraid of your roots. You're not cussing your own home country. You're not cussing. You're not, making your parents proud. You're not, destroying your parents' heritage, where they come from, destroying your roots. You should be proud of who you are. And look how beautiful this girl is. I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous. And the British are so jealous that she's half Chinese. They are absolutely jealous. They want to basically have her for themselves. And during Wimbledon, guys, she went quite far in Wimbledon, but there was a part where physically she couldn't go on anymore and she quit. And the British papers were cussing her to the ground. There was a guy called Piers Morgan, and he was proper cussing her. And now she's won the US Open, and this is her mother, by the way. Now she's won the US Open. Everybody wants to claim her. All the British are saying, yeah, we want to claim her. But these British papers are also talking about her Chinese heritage, and they're trying to, look, they're calling it communist country. See how they're putting the Chinese country down and her heritage down. They're so jealous. They want her all for themselves, but they don't want her to be, associated with China whatsoever. But this is one girl who's proud to be Chinese. She's got proud to have Chinese roots. She was born abroad. She's raised abroad, but yet she's giving China a good light. She's talking in Chinese. She's bigging up her Chinese mother. She's bringing up her Chinese heritage. This is one woman who's proud to be Chinese. Who's not going to say anything bad about Chinese. Compare her to all these idiots here like Shang-Chi, Simu Liu, and Chloe Zhao, Vicky Wu, and all these other, traitors, Chinese traitors. So yeah, it's good on her, absolutely good on her. And, she's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, she's one of the best looking women I've ever seen playing tennis. She's going to be a huge star, absolute huge star. And I'm really happy for her. But yeah, I'm really, really happy. So I want to go into the next part, guys. I saw the trailer for Hawkeye, and I was absolutely disappointed. So basically, Hawkeye basically meets Kate Bishop, and Kate Bishop is going to be taking over Hawkeye, basically. So during this trailer, you can see that it's very woke. This trailer is absolutely woke. I want to show you something, guys. You can see here Rogers the musical. This is supposed to be Captain America the musical. Look how much they're taking the piss out of Captain America. I mean, seriously. I mean, this is a joke to them. Absolute joke to them. This woke brigade absolutely destroying male characters. And she comes on the trailer, right? And she says she's supposed to be the world's best archer. Can you see this? She's the self-proclaimed world's best archer, apparently. And it's the same woke tropes that you see with every single Disney movie, whether it's Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi. All of these women are coming up being the world's best, and there's no explanation why they're the best. Like, for example, Rey from Star Wars, suddenly she's the best Force user, but there's no explanation why and how she's became the world's best, Force user with no training whatsoever. And this girl does the same thing. This girl comes out of nowhere. She's 18 to 21 years old. She's very young, and she's already the world's best archer. And she's basically playing a Ronin, and she's going around killing all these assassins by herself with no training whatsoever. And while Hawkeye, the real Hawkeye, Clint Barton, real Hawkeye, was not only trained by the best people, in the world. He was trained by Captain America, and not only that, he's got a lot of skills. It's not all about throwing arrows. If you remember watching the first Avengers films when Loki turned him evil. And you can see how useful he was. He nearly took down all of the Avengers just by using his brain. And things like that. He goes beyond his human capabilities. And, it's not just about throwing arrows. It's about using your brain and the bit where he throws an arrow at Loki and Loki catches it. And Loki smiles at him thinking, haha, you missed. But then the arrow suddenly rotates and turns into an explosive missile and things like that. He uses his brain rather than just use arrows, and you can't beat that. You can't beat experience, you can't use wisdom, you can't beat Clint's brain, and that's what makes him better than an average human. And so where the hell does this woman get her skills from then? She just comes out of nowhere and she's already going to be his successor. And this is the same thing going on in Marvel and Disney. They're replacing all the male characters with females. They're replacing everyone. It's going to be an MCU, pretty much. You got Captain Marvel, which is going to be the leader. And you got She-Hulk coming. A lot of you don't know, but She-Hulk is coming. You got Clint Barton replaced by Bishop here. And you got so many male characters replaced by female characters. You got Thor replaced by female Thor. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I can go on and on all day. Basically just replacing all the male characters with female characters. But they're not going to go the other way, guys. They're not going to replace female characters with male characters. Can you see anyone replacing Black Widow with a male Black Widow? Can you see anyone replacing Scarlet Witch with a male Scarlet Witch? No, it's not going to happen. It's only the successful male characters they're going to turn into female characters, because they think that by putting female characters, it's just going with the times and being woke and all that crap and social warrior justice and making all these feminists happy and things like that. It's just ridiculous, guys. Absolutely ridiculous. And it's just the way they're going with that at the moment. They're making all the guys like wusses. They're making them weak. You all started from The Last Jedi when they made Luke like a silly old man. Absolute useless silly old man. Bloody, destroyed his character. They're doing that with all the, MCU characters, all the favorite characters. They did that with He-Man recently as well. Absolutely ridiculous. I just don't know where this is all going really, because everyone knows when you go woke, you go broke. They're not making any money out of it, so I don't know why they keep going along this route. I don't know why. It's just, you look at it, you see it everywhere. It's just not going to succeed. It's just going to piss people off. So that's all I wanted to say for now, guys. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next video.